was born in Manzanar, in the infirmary, which was around here somewhere, and the first few months of my life was in Block 26, and so this is a homecoming for me. And it's wonderful to see so many people here. How many people here today, this is your first visit to Manzanar? Raise your hands. Okay, well for many of you, this is, and I think you, rather than spending the time listening to us speak, I think you need to experience Manzanar for yourself. But it's important that you're here, you've come here because you know what Manzanar is. I was born in Manzanar, but I did not find out what Manzanar was until I was a student in college. And I'm kind of scapegoating entire people, not based upon what we've done or what we've said, but because of ethnic ancestry. It's a lesson that there was guilt by association based upon that. And so we see the mentality is always there. We also were not a group that was empowered. Most of the citizens were younger. We will not stand quietly and allow those who do not have power to speak for themselves to be for their rights to be abrogated.
And this is from my latest CD entitled Hibiki, and I'd like to dedicate this piece to past generations and future generations. This is not the piece we use to bring rain, so don't worry. It's not the piece to stop rain either, so I can't guarantee anything.
Well, you got one that does?
February 19, 1942, Franklin Delano Roosevelt issued Executive Order 9066, which imprisoned over 120,000 people of Japanese American ancestry in camps like this. On August 10, 1988, after over 10 years of struggle, Japanese Americans won the right to $20,000 per individual reparations payment and an apology from the President of the United States. This act that provided the redress and reparations was basically a compromise or a token, because how could $20,000 and a letter of apology replace the homes and businesses lost, the families separated, and years of anguish left after the camps? Even worse, there were people whose civil rights were violated but did not receive redress and reparations under this Civil Liberties Act. And these individuals and groups of people, with the support of the Japanese American and other communities, have continued to struggle for equal justice. For example, one case in particular, the Japanese Latin Americans, Alan mentioned them a little bit earlier. They were kidnapped from their homes in countries like Peru and brought and interned here in the United States. They were brought here and many of them were used as prisoner of war exchanges, Agreed to settle that for an individual payment of $5,000 and an apology. But the government continued to be difficult. They would have people fill out like 7-page questionnaires in order to get these the reparations. And even before a quarter of the people were given redress, the money in the Civil Liberties Act ran out. So even as we speak, a group of about 15 people, including families of Japanese Latin Americans and other community members, they've just finished a delegation trip to Washington, D.C. to lobby Congress people and other community leaders to seek redress for the people that are left who are still denied redress.
The thing is that when Alan said that he was born here, well, I came here when I was 10 years old, April 27, 1942. And it was sort of windy that day, I remember, because when we came on a bus from West LA, we came into this area and immediately we put our things on the floor. We had a big old canvas there. They had to inspect everything that we brought into the camp. And the thing is, they didn't find a single thing that was contraband. Because the Japanese and the Japanese Americans, my parents and the people that were born here, that came here, we were very law-abiding. We were following the rules and regulations all the way. And this is what we always treasured, the ethics, the character of a person. This is very important.
Honored guests, Sue Embry and the Manzanar Committee, ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor and a great privilege to stand here before you and commemorate the 30th pilgrimage to this historic place. Manzanar has been the model for all 10 camps built to incarcerate Japanese and Japanese Americans during World War II. Your dedication and commitment created the historic place not only for those who were interned here, but has been the camp to represent the rest of the camps. Manzanar Committee with Sue Embry at the helm has been continually working towards informing and educating the Americans about our incarceration during World War II and have been the voice for all of us, and I thank them. Through your example, other camps began pilgrimage and building historic monuments. We changed from we were supposed to come to Manzanar because I was born and raised in Little Tokyo and saw what happened after Pearl Harbor. Men were running through our building trying to escape the FBI arrests. The last minute we were sent to Pomona Assembly Camp and then to Hart Mountain, Wyoming. Wow, that was an experience. But after that, we joined my father in Crystal City internment camp. This was not one of the 10 original relocation camps. This was a family internment camp run by the Justice Department because our fathers and mothers were arrested from December 7th to early part of 1942 and sent to places like Missoula, Montana, Bismarck, North Dakota, Santa Fe, New Mexico, Lordsburg, New Mexico, and other places.